Hey, how you doing, guys? Happy Saturday morning. I'm sure plenty of you are basking in gains at the moment. Um, XRP has done very fantastic today, and I'll go over the reasons why. Also, Litecoin as well. I think we peaked today, well, just a couple hours ago at about $88, just under that, about 87 something. Um, so yeah, a lot of these coins are taking off. I'm gonna go ahead and go over what are the next possible take profit points, or if we break them, next possible entry points, just in case you guys didn't get to get these early buy-ins on a lot of these coins. So first off, pretty much I'm pretty much back to normal. The sickness it's gone. I know I still might sound sick, but I just have a little bit of congestion left and a little bit of a stuffy nose, but that's about it. I'm pretty much back to normal. So unfortunately, I was a little bit too sick to stream yesterday, so I just skipped it. But did want to get this video out to you guys, and then we should be back on schedule come Monday. So I appreciate you guys waiting patiently, especially in a time like this where things are really skyrocketing, and you probably have a lot of questions. So first and foremost, on Bitcoin, are we going to see a slowdown on Bitcoin? Perhaps. We are coming to the all-time high average on the daily chart, which is sitting at about 19,134. We got pretty damn close on the wicks. But if it does not happen to come, if anything, what we want to see if it does get rejected here is a massive pullback back down to the previous local high and test that for support. That would be sitting at about 12,500 on the daily. Obviously, on the 2 hour and stuff like that, that would be sitting around 13,000. So it could vary anywhere in between that zone. We'll kind of be just looking at the daily for those averages because obviously we're looking for as well a ABC correction to what I would presume to be a 5 wave run up. I know somebody in the comments was saying that the third wave can't be the shortest. I am under the impression those are the rules, but sometimes stuff doesn't work out exactly the way it's supposed to. That's why I look for the modification of RNA, like was waves theory. So we should be coming to a slowdown here. Alongside that, we do have a bearishly diverging RSI for quite a while. We saw our first tap over here, and we kind of just been holding underneath that. So it is building a lot of bearish momentum, perhaps for a massive pullback, a fast pullback as well. So make sure you're taking those profits. It's not really something you want to be messing around with. Do I think you should sell your Bitcoin for US dollars? Absolutely not. Not the time to do so unless we cross back under 12,500 for a good period of time. Would I sell it? But right now, if you have any leverage trades open, it would be probably the time to get out of them. Now, obviously, if we do happen to break past the all-time high, I'd probably be looking for the 4 hour to 2 hour to take your entry upon that. Let's go ahead and see where that would be sitting. That would be sitting at about not that too far off. That would be sitting at about 19,324. So any entry above that, so I would say probably take your entry around 19,400 just to be safe. Set your stop loss below that support resistance, and then let it ride. And that would be pretty much the last. If anything, you would want to open up a gigantic swing trade on that. Obviously, not gigantic in terms of risk, but a longer term swing trade for perhaps the remainder of the bull market. Obviously, not financial advice. I think that would just be the best thing for me personally, which is what I'm going to be doing. So moving on from that, moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum has been pumping. And why has that happened? Well, we talked about how we have the massive double bottom and went back to retest the horizontal support and resistance from the double bottom. And now we're pretty much skywards towards the all-time high. Happening on the lower time frames, we had a inverse head and shoulders marked out here, shoulder, head, shoulder. And we were on the last video, we were talking about the potential for a rejection because we were sitting in a bear flag. Now, I told you guys in that video, there is a good chance that we do break out to the upside because these bear flags and ascending triangles, not ascending triangles, ascending wedges, really bearish patterns have been breaking out to the upside. So we marked out this horizontal resistance at 480, and I told you guys, hey, anything above that, obviously within like the 490 to 485 range would probably be a good entry. Obviously, I told you it was not financial advice, but you guys know what I'm hinting at. All right, so now we're sitting at 541. If we're going off of the smaller time frame supports and resistances, 541 is one of them that we could possibly get a turnaround to go retest. But you guys know me, I'm looking at the macros here, and the next local high is sitting at 824. So when it comes to major macro supports and resistances, it's pretty much I'm just holding it until that to take my profits on it, if anything. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. But you can see right here, if we're kind of laddering this up, you can see our local highs have this sort of step ladder. So what we might be seeing is, take a step up, take a step back, take a step up, take a step back, and kind of do a staircase up to those higher levels. Either way works. Obviously, look out for any major patterns forming. I'll obviously be on the lookout for that as well, just to inform me if I see any. But moving on from that, let's talk about Litecoin. Litecoin, I've been pretty excited about lately just because, Litecoin tends to move a little bit faster than these other coins when it comes to these massive capitulation breakouts. So looking at this, let's go to the daily chart just to make it a little bit easier to see. You can see we have the same sort of staircase pattern. And the daily close today, if it does happen to close above 81.77 to about $82, you can see we have about 7 hours until daily close, and we are well above that. So if we continue to stick around these ranges, I'm really, really excited because that's the last major resistance until we get a nice spread between them. So if we do happen to break this with the daily candle body close, perhaps we'll see a smaller time frame retest down to that support resistance, but that would pretty much leave us open and clear all the way up to about 141. So, that's nothing to scoff at. That right there, that's almost 100% play. I think it might be somewhere around 67 to 80%. Yes, 72% just from this support resistance to this next one. Obviously, I was kind of hinting at for you guys to buy in down here if you could, but if you couldn't, oh well. Still a very, very nice play ahead of us. After 141, we're set for the all-time high average at about 353. All right, so buckle up. We're on our way, man. I know it kind of feels like it takes forever, but this is going to happen in a very short period of time, respectively speaking. So, make sure you're marking out your supports and resistances, buying in when you can, and doing it safely. Obviously, if you're in the middle of this support resistance, probably not a good time to buy in. You want to wait for either the bottom or take your profits at the top or wait for the break of the next one. All right, moving on from that, XRP. Why has XRP pumped so hard? All right, so we have broken a little bit of a lopsided capitulation. Obviously, it's not smooth and clean like Litecoin was, but you can see right here, coming off these last local highs, if we create a diagonal, you can see we broke through it right here. As well as that, we broke through the last local high horizontal, which is what we were looking at on all the live streams. We were saying about 32 to 33 cents is what you would be looking for. Anything above that, that's your buy-in point. All right, so now we're really good right now. We might have a retest to the downside sometime soon, but if anything, if you want to break it down into an if this then that statement, and you do get the chance to come back down and buy in, let's say you missed this because it was a pretty fast run up. I mean, I woke up from last night and it was already up 30%. So I'd probably be looking to buy in somewhere around 33.5, 33.6 cents, anywhere in that region. And then from this bottom here to the next resistance is about 42%. So nothing to scoff at. Obviously, we have many more supports and resistance all the way up this. The next major spread is definitely going to be from 90 cents all the way up to about $2.80. But that spread alone is 216%. So if you cannot get a buy-in down at these lower levels, especially with the break of this capitulation over the past couple of years, you want to at least get this 90-cent capitulation break, not capitulation break, but horizontal resistance break. But obviously, I'm going to try to promote for you guys to find a good entry, not just throw your money in willy-nilly. Obviously, mark out your supports and resistances, find the best place to buy in, set up a stop loss as a precaution, even on spot trading. Obviously, with spot trading, you have to be a little bit more lenient than with leverage trading because obviously we can have wicks to the downside a little bit. You don't want to get wicked out of your entire position because of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the major four that I've seen today. Obviously, we have other ones up like XLM and stuff, but I think we'll wait till Monday to cover those. Hopefully you guys made some smart decisions and you guys are rolling in money right now. I know I've made a good couple bucks the past couple of days, just not even doing anything, kind of just looking for these major macro buy-ins and adding to my portfolio. So I appreciate your time today, guys. Obviously, I wish I could have streamed all this week because it's been a pretty exciting week, but we will be back on Monday. As always, if you guys want to hit me up on Patreon, you guys can join the Telegram so you guys can have free access, well, not free access to this information, but instant access to this information. As well as that, I also have lessons on there. You can always message me on Discord. And if you guys want to support the channel for giveaways, which with coins going crazy, if we can get just a couple more people and we can get some, money going, I can just hold it until, midway of the bull market. That way I can have a couple $1,000 to give away, hopefully. So the Bybit affiliate link is in the description. I think it's the first link. But I appreciate you guys you very, very much. And I thank you for all the get well messages on my last video. That was awesome to read. So thank you very much, guys. I love you, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye bye.